Shalom, everyone, and welcome back. It, Numbers are very important in Judaism. We find that numbers come up time and time again. Of course, the number seven is very popular, 7 days of the week, 7 years of sabbatical year. We wrap the tefillin around our arms every day 7 times, seven firmaments of heaven. The number three comes up, three forefathers, four mothers. There are many different numbers. One of the most important numbers we have, of course, is the number 10. And we know that the number of 10 is a very significant number. Obviously, the Ten Commandments. 10 is the number for a minyan, for a quorum of 10 men to come to pray together and say certain special prayers together. In Pirkei Avos, in Ethics of the Fathers, that we're going to read this coming week, on the fifth chapter, it brings down a number of cases of the number of 10. For example, there were the world was created with 10 utterances. There are 10 generations from Adam to Noah, 10 tests that our father Abraham had to test his faith, 10 miracles were performed for our forefathers in Egypt, 10 miracles were performed in the temple, remarkable things that happened, 10 of them in the temple, and so on. Also, 10 things were created at twilight of Shabbos, and so on. But the number 10, what is so significant about number 10? 10 is a number of completion, of wholeness, that if you have 10 men, you have a minyan. You can start the daven, you can pray. If you have 9, even though they may be 9 chief rabbis, you still do not have a minyan yet. If you have 9 chief rabbis and 1 ignorant Jew, you can pray. The number of 10 is a very significant number. And we are told that in Pirkei Avos that it says that the Shekhinah, God's divine presence, dwells within a quorum of 10. If you have 10 together, then you have God's divine presence. Bechol be'asara shchinta sharia, it says, with every group of 10, the Shekhinah, God's divine presence, dwells there. Even more so if you have more than that, but at least 10. If you have 10 people who are saying the grace after meals together, you add the word Elokeinu, God, the word for God, one of the words for God. So God recognizes the specialness, the uniqueness, the holiness of the number 10. When you have 10 people together, we are told that the whole number 10 is greater than the sum of its parts. It's not just 10 individual people coming together, but rather it becomes one. It becomes a wholeness, a completeness called a minyan. A minyan is a singular noun, unlike other things which are counted individually. But nevertheless, a minyan is something that is a completion, a complete number. So when 10 men come together to pray, there's something special and something magical and something holy that happens as a result of that unique number of 10. Similarly, the 10 commandments. It wasn't just that there were 10 individual commandments, but the totality of the 10 makes it a whole, makes it pure and great, that the Torah itself was written in the number 10, so that it's one unit, one completion, not 10 individual things. As we say that the mitzvahs, there are 613 commandments, but that does not mean that Judaism is comprised of 613 individual aspects. They're a complete whole, a totality of everything together is when the whole 613 commandments are observed. So similarly, Judaism, Jewish life in general, attains a special holiness, a special uniqueness when we do all the mitzvahs, when we come together and pray all together. There's something unique about when people come together and join together that really God really loves that. And God says, that is a place that I want to go. So that's why it's important to daven in a minyan, to come together. And if you're a woman, even though according to Orthodox Jewish law, you're not counted for a minyan, but when you do participate in the minyan, you are part of that minyan. You are contributing, and you are taking part and taking advantage of the holiness that exists within that minyan. So women should also come to shul when there's a minyan, and pray together in a minyan, because it's very, very special when they do that as well. So I want to wish you all a good week. I hope we'll see everybody at our minyanim now that we have minyanim now in shul every morning. And God willing, we'll be expanding it to Mincha Marv in the next few weeks or months. We'll see how it goes. And I want to wish everyone a very happy and a good week. Shalom.